Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us live at 6. I'm Latoya Silman. We're learning more tonight about a Henderson teacher accused of sexually assaulting 2 students. 35-year-old Anthony Coffield was originally arrested last week after an arrest report alleged that he engaged in a sex act with a student at Green Valley High School while working there as a theater teacher. News 3's also found out that there's another criminal complaint containing a new sexual assault charge, this one from 2016 when he taught at Spring Valley High School. We're also learning tonight that Coffield was fired yesterday. News 3's Tiffany Lane is now live near Green Valley High School in Henderson after speaking with some concerned parents there. Tiffany, what have you learned?
Latoya, we're still working to gather more details, but there are a lot of concerned parents out there. Some are asking what the background check process is like in general. Others wondering if there were any complaints against Coffield before the Green Valley situation.
It's just kind of shocking. We sit here and we hope our kids are safe.
Green Valley High School parent Amber Barrera is still trying to process the information after she found out a teacher at her daughter's school was arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a student and accused of the same thing back in 2016 at his previous school, Spring Valley High School.
Yeah, it would be nice to know if someone complained or if they even knew it happened. We like to see that there's a background check going on for our kids to make sure they're safe.
Background checks are required under state law. According to the Nevada Department of Education website, a criminal history background review is part of the licensure process whenever an educator or prospective educator applies to obtain or renew a license in the state of Nevada. They have to provide fingerprints that are sent to the FBI and Nevada Department of Public Safety. And if a criminal conviction appears on an applicant's background report, it will be reviewed by a background investigator to determine whether that conviction is potentially disqualifying. But some parents question if they're enough.
I think the challenge that always happens is that background checks aren't necessarily an indicator as to whether or not somebody's done something wrong. They're just an indicator as to whether or not they've been caught.
Rebecca Dirks Garcia, an administrator for the CCSD Parents Facebook group, shared an example.
When my kids were in elementary school, there was a teacher that was arrested. It turned out that it was related to pornography and abuse related to their own child. But in the process of that case, we found out that there had been allegations raised in a prior district in another state. And none of that was shared during the recruitment process to become a teacher in CCSD.
We spoke with former Clark County District Attorney David Roger regarding the background check process in general.
Administrators are really limited to what a criminal record check will show up and what information a previous employer has given.
He says arrest documents and whether an applicant is a sexual offender should also come up during the checks.
If a person has been arrested, that unless a court has sealed the record, which is kind of difficult, you will be able to find out in a public records check and through the FBI check whether the person has been arrested for a charge. That should cause you to go and do further background investigation or just say this person isn't worth the hassle.
Aside from wanting to know more about the background check in a Coffield, Dirks Garcia is also hoping more information will reveal whether there were any previous complaints against the teacher.
I think it's important to see, were allegations reported? Were concerns raised? And how were those addressed?
Now, as of right now, there is no indication that Coffield did have any type of previous criminal history. Now, CCSD in a statement did tell me in part that all candidates go through a comprehensive background check, and if they pass, they continue on in the process towards a contingency hire. Latoya?
Yeah, Tiffany, before you leave us tonight, do we know of any previous complaints against this teacher?
Yeah, so CCSD tells me that they cannot comment on personnel matters, but that they do thoroughly investigate all reports of inappropriate behavior. So that's all they can say at this time. But again, we're going to continue digging into this. We know that this impacts a lot of people. It's a difficult story to tell, and we will provide more updates as they become available. Reporting live from Henderson, I'm Tiffany Lane for News 3. Back to you, Latoya.
Yeah, and a lot of parents especially feel like they have a right to know. Thank you so much for digging. We've also reported on another case involving a teacher from Basic High School. Police arrested former band teacher Cole Horton. This was back in September. The teacher accused of engaging in a sexual relationship with the student. According to court documents, the two exchanged thousands of text messages. We talked with a psychologist who says addressing these incidents shouldn't be on the students.
I think you should always be checking in with your child to see how things are going in their world. I think especially if you notice behavioral changes, especially if you notice patterns that are different from how they typically show up. I don't think this should be a one-off.
And Dr. Crabb says the signs can be similar for potential victims of any abuse, including verbal and physical. Send us your tips on issues impacting our schools, whether you're a student, parent, employee, or just someone who's concerned. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen right now. Send them to schooltips@news3lv.com. You can also call 702-805-0489.